We are the Resist team. We consist of Ruben, Leah, Sven, Evelina, and myself, Gustav. And we'll begin immediately with a small narrative to describe the overarching problem that we faced. A person arrives at a festival. He walks around, enjoying the festive atmosphere, and he comes across a stand about the environment. But he's not interested because he came for the music and not for a lecture. So the overall question became, how do we make them stay and interact? Apart from the overarching problem, the project had a few goals that had to be met. And the first one was determined to be that it had to be a mobile pop-up solution that could be deployed at festivals. It had to be interactive and engaging. It had to educate and inform about climate change and climate resilience. And it had to promote actionable steps that the users of the solution could take in order to mitigate climate change. And through these goals, and performing interviews, testing various different concepts through the span of the project, and a general trial and error methodology that we use to approach the problem, we established the following needs. We had to have something that was portable enough to fit in the back of a car. It had to have an inviting design, and we'll cover more on what that is in just a bit. It had to be engaging and interactive so that we could actually manage to keep our users and share what we wanted to share. And we also found that we needed some form of local relevance to which works in conjunction with the inviting design. The unique value proposition that we formed was that it was supposed to be a booth tailored to the customer's needs. Became an environment for the customer to spread information and awareness about a subject, and both through gamification and a design of the pop-up itself. And I will now go over the solution in its main three key aspects, and the first one being the design itself. And the overall design is based on local references. In this case that we have here, it's based on a red barn, which is very common in southern Sweden. And what this creates is a type of inviting feeling. It's something that you remember. It maybe becomes a bit nostalgic, but it's also something unexpected to see at a festival. So that might also play on the curiosity of the user to want them to actually approach. The second one that we determined to be a key aspect was local produce for the solution. And spread a message about climate change, it was decided to keep it simple. And through highlighting the impacts of choosing where you are purchasing your food from, we determined that we could do this. And the reason for this was to easily relate the climate issue to the user that they can make easily adjustments to in their everyday life. And lastly, we come to the game. And when designing the game, we determined that this was the best course of action because we could create sort of a bridge to make a less appealing subject more attractive and fun even. And the game serves the purpose of, And it can achieve this as well through an intuitive design, which is done through having clear instructions and a very large interface in general. And it is also made inherently slightly competitive to both play on the fun factor that you can go with your friends and do the activity. And in the end, you receive a high score, which can then lead to you receiving a prize at the end if you're the best scoring ones of the day, which serve as further incentive to play. And now we'll go on to a live demonstration.
Done by Sven. Okay, so we have a game that we invite you to play after. So he's just going to show how right now he's playing.
It has its initials, and it starts with a story-driven narrative game, where there's multiple choices that can lead to different outcomes in terms of points, but also it will highlight how good your choice is in terms of environmental impact.
And one of our requirements was that it needed to be portable. So he's going to show you how now.
Yeah. Or rather, how it can be made to be very portable. There we go. And please come afterwards and try the game as well.
Oh. Too many clicks. We have had some people who actually tried the game, and this is the feedback that we got. We found that a reward for participation is very important, and that's where we plan to have the local produce. And we also found that gamification increases interest and learning, so that's why we chose to develop the game. We also found that scores create competitiveness, so we are planning to have some kind of large scoreboard. And as Gustav has mentioned before, the idea of a barn is contrasting the surroundings. And we also found that we attracted both single and group users. So that's good. Because festivals contain both. And this is the packages. No, changed. that we plan to offer our customer, which in this case is Resist. So depending on how extensive of a booth they want, they can choose between these three. And if they just want a basic one without the screens, just a customization of it all, they choose the bronze concept. If they want to use our screens whenever they want to, and some kind of marketing, they can choose the silver one. And if they want the full extent of the roll-ups and the rewards as well, they will choose the most expensive one. And the reason we chose this type of pricing is that the small and medium businesses might be inclined to choose the silver one since the prices aren't that different. And we did a small market analysis just to further show how we can provide for our customers. And these are the current solutions used by Resist, some more analog and some more digital. And we found that there are some kind of market companies in Karkskrona, one really big. So we plan to compete with them and further extend our network. And the other things affecting our business is external factors like wars and pandemics, but we have tools to handle that now. So that's not that much of a threat. Our market plan is that we plan to stay current with the technology to offer the most value for our customers. In 1 year, we plan to have about 200 customers, which is about 10% of the market in Karkskrona. And if we have an extensive network with customers, then we can provide better service for our customers as well. So in 3 years, we plan to expand to nearby regions. And in 5 years, we plan to expand beyond Sweden, which will exponentially increase the value that we're providing for our customers here in Sweden as well. The strengths in our team are that we have a diverse competence and we are the target group for our customers. We are the ones who go to festivals and therefore we know what they like. And we have, as I mentioned before, an extensive network of contacts, which we will use to provide further value for our customers. Our opportunities are that we are offering a unique value proposition it's really unique on the market to offer this modular solution as a whole. And we are moving away from doomsday scenario, in this case related to resist, where we offer visitors actionable steps to take towards mitigating climate change. And we are thereby promoting sustainable behavior among voters so they can affect the politician. So join the fun, play the game, and support your... Oh, it doesn't change. No. Join the fun, play the game, and support your locals. And that's it.
Thanks for listening.
In the heart of our bustling city, the sun painted the streets with warm glow as curious yet confused foreign tourists roam. Their eyes filled with a sense of adventure, armed with paper maps and brochures, they navigated through the labyrinth of streets, attempting to unveil the city's hidden treasures. As the day unfolded, the city's vibrant life revealed itself. Street performers filled the air with melodies, local vendors enticed with colorful displays, and historical landmarks stood as silent witnesses to the passage of time. Yet the tourist experience remained somewhat disjointed. Disappointed, hindered by the biased information on Google and on the paper maps, and the lack of information in their language. Amidst this lively scene, on a charming stone square stood an unassuming submarine with a sleek, interactive screen. Bored and ready to give up on creating a fulfilled journey, but yet intrigued by the hope of a new way to explore, a foreign tourist approached. With the press of a pedal,
this is the longest bench in Karkskrona. It's around 230 meters.
the screen ignited, displaying a captivating tapestry of informative video snippets showcasing the city's essence. Local shops, markets, hidden parks, and snippets of historical narratives with unbiased information, opening hours, and locations. Pedals integrated into the design beckon the tourists to embark on a unique journey by engaging the tourists to see more videos and places to visit and explore. The once disjointed streets transformed into a fluid canvas of exploration. Informed tourists, now active participants in the city story, pedal through the day, capturing moments and connecting with the community in ways they have never imagined. All of this from the TIC Tour, a revolutionary solution that seamlessly blended the city's vibrant daytime atmosphere, pedaling through entertaining and informative themed playlists. Each stroke unfolded a new chapter in the unfolding narrative of the city. No longer tethered to printed maps, the foreign tourists were now immersed and informed about the city. They explored neighborhoods, discovered quaint cafes, and engaged with the local culture, gaining a visit experience like no other, all guided by the authentic experience shared on TIC Tour. The tourists, once lost in a maze of streets, were now on an informative and captivating TIC Tour journey, exploring the city's soul, one pedal press time.
So this project has been in a collaboration with the Karkskrona municipality, and this project is a further development of this smart beam 2 as we did the last summer. So and the aim of that project, and also the ground stones in this project, is to deliver a code of conduct in sustainability terms. So Karkskrona is a World Heritage Site, UNESCO certified, and also we have a nature reservoir here in there that we need to preserve and also show what's its value in it, since there is no other place in the world that is exactly like this. So then if we go back a bit, so what were the problems? So we have done a lot of need finding, and so we have searched for what is the problem this area and also specific Karkskrona had about this. So, and one of that was the information part. So there's a lack of information, and it wasn't accessible all the time for everyone. And this in turn leads to that there will be a poor visit experience, which will then lead to that which Karkskrona have now a bad image. So I will now talk about what is out there right now. So one of the things that they have is this tourist center, which is open daily times between 9 and 13, and on the weekends it's closed. And there's also these signs up there in the city at different places informing people. And then we also have Cuban during the summertime, and that is open also just during the during the daytime. And then we also have the website visit Karkskrona, but there we have too much information, and it's also hard to find what is out here, because you can dig into the different areas too much, and then you will don't reach everything else. And lastly, we have ARC 56, which is mostly regarding biosphere reservoir areas and what we can do here. But this site is very hard to reach. So this will then leads to that they will so the experience, the bad experience is based on that there is no information. So the tourists will be running around and not finding the gems of Karkskrona, and then they will get tired of this because they didn't get what they expected, and then this will create the bad experience. And then we can go to into the bad image problem that we have. So tourists, they don't really know this city and its value into it. So now I will demonstrate for you real quick just so what we have. So this is an testing unit for our tick tour. So when the tourist comes in front of it, it will automatically start. And then there will be show short video format videos of everything that you can do here, and then with just a pedal touch you can go through different videos of the different things that you can do here, and then you can explore what is here, and also including in the videos that we are creating is that we will behave in the right way. So in order to show the tourists how to behave sustainable. And then when you go away, it will stop.
Thank you, Alex, for this demonstration. Now you have seen how the product works, so I will explain why it is the best option regarding the three main points: information, experience, and image. So first of all, regarding the information. So we worked for several months and made a lot of research, and we found that we want to capture and preserving people's interest. And we focused on how TikTok works. So it works with some kicks of dopamines How? Because it shows some really interesting video and non-interesting video, and this change create a dopamine kick from the user and get the sensation of reward. Also, this product is kind of a novelty. It's a new aspect of a product, and so people want to discover it. Also, it's disruptive, so it will increase the curiosity of the user. All of this creates strong emotion for the user, and he wants to continue to discover the city by this product. Also, like Alex said, we have a code of conduct, and he can fit with it because people can know which behaviors they have to do, and we don't need to tell them just by showing videos, they will understand it. Also, we have a QR code on it. And finally, this product is kind of an infotainment, so it's combine information and entertainment. Then we have something about experience. So it is good because many destinations in the world are really similar, and therefore it is important to find and highlight the differences and show the audience the gyms. So with this tech tour, we can highlight what is good to do in Karkskrona, for example. And finally, about the image, Alex said that at first tourists don't really know the city and its value, but then when they start to see some of the videos, they will know the city, its value, and so they will be happy in this way. So all of this, why this solution is really good, because it is a unique value proposition. There are 6 main points. First one is about the attention grabbing. We have a cool submarine design with immersive video and sound, as you have seen. Also, we create some professional videos, so we have high quality infotainment video. We're following the trend, as I explained, also as you have seen before, because we follow the trend of TikTok. Then one of the main problem at first was the difficulty to access to information, and now we have information accessible 24/7 and for everyone, also in different languages. So it's really cool when the tourist information center is closed. Also, you have seen that it's really interactive and super easy to use with the pedals. And finally, we can have a data collection system with an algorithm with data from the views and locked.
Yeah, so the TikTok have several different contracts depending on the preferences of the customer. So the 3 first here are leasing contracts for a longer time. And the last one, Diamond, is more for renting, like small events. So all of them have general benefits, which we can see. So all of them have general benefits, which are the QR codes that we talked about earlier, 10-gram interactive unit, easy to use with pedals, latest design. This one is the submarine, and everyone collects data in some different way. So the differences between the contracts are mainly the video making. So all of them have some type of video making. The bronze one, the customer is making the videos themselves, and we are giving a feedback based on the videos. The silver one, they do the research and we create the videos. And the gold and diamond, we make everything from research, trend watching, and then we make the videos. Leasing time depends on the contracts too. 6 months, 8 months, 36 months, and that's just renting in the diamond. Video start kit, they make their own videos. That goes the same to new videos. For the silver one, they have a stock kit of 20 videos, gold 30, and diamond 15. And the new videos annually, 10 for the silver one, and 15 for the gold one. And for the added benefits, it's mainly about the data. So for the bronze one, they only have the pedal usage and views that you can see. For the silver one, they both have pedal usage views, but they will also have the likes, QR, and the QR code scans. The gold one have all the data collection, and they also have the trend riding, so we can make different videos depending on the trends at the time. So lastly, we have the sustainability development. The main ones that we are tackling here in our project are the 7, 8, and 11 in the 2030 agenda. 7 by having renewable energy to the product. 8 by having sponsored content by local businesses, and 11 by having a code of conduct by preserving the world heritage. The other ones here are more like indirect goals that we are following. And those are like education, good health, inequality, responsible consumption and production, life below water, and lastly, life on land. With everything said, here are our team. So there's Alex, Amori, Matthias, and me.
Is this really what we want to read in the newspapers? How our workers all over the world getting crushed by heavy machines? Or even worse, do you want this to happen at your workplace? Don't think so, right? And the fact that this kind of accidents is the most common one at workplaces with deadly outcome is the most common one, doesn't make it a less relevant problem. Therefore, our team, including me, Emil, Samuel, and Christian, have addressed this problem the last 5 to 6 months with the aim of understanding the cause and the goal to come up with a solution to minimize this problem and accidents.
Yeah. So how does this tie into our project? Well, as we know, smart technology is an emerging trend all over, and that's also true for construction sites. So even though smart wearables, which is the application in this case of smart technology, have great potential, they also come with some challenges. And because of that, in the interest of Volvo, they have tasked us to create a smart wearable that addresses the challenges. So what are the challenges? One is that the smart wearables require constant recharge to last a full workday. There can also be issues with the data and security privacy, mainly GDPR and the ruling about how personal information is shared. And another concern is that when the smart technology is connected to safety, that has to work all the time. It cannot be allowed to fail. So the requirements then is that any energy consumption must be as low as possible without compromising functionality. And the wearable also needs to log data whilst also respecting data security. So the needs that we have come up with from the requirements from Volvo and also through our own research is that the workers need increased knowledge of the location of moving entities on the work site. So what this means is that not only other workers moving around, but also machines and the other way around, of course. And the wearable should not interfere with the work performed.
Yeah, and this image shows to get some size of the scale we're talking about at some sites, and that they are very large machines. And when you talk about the excavators and dumpers, it's quite hard to imagine how big they are and how big they can be. So this is just to show some of the scale of it. We did some research of the current solutions on the market as well. But before I will go through the term of RFID, which is radio frequency identification. Yeah, the image illustrates the function of it. It's essentially a tag that can be read, and the data can be transferred to a computer using electromagnetic fields. So yeah, one of the
one of the companies we saw that uses the RFID technique to track persons and vehicles and to alert is the Zone Safe company that have a detection system for this type of accidents. Yeah, the workers wears a tag and they communicate the different units. ReekTech is another example in terms of a watch instead. Essentially the same purpose as the Zone Safe, but they have a smart wearable instead. And we also found companies here, AI, that uses machine learning and AI instead. They have a specific forklift detection system, which also was quite interesting to see in our research. But this is a sort of a summary of the different functions and how it's implemented. But there are other examples that we will mention in the report later.
Yeah. So to show our solution, we came up with a CrewAware Pro, where we are aware together, we are safer forever. It's a way to increase awareness for machine operators, and I will show a video demonstrating how it works. I hope it's showing well. There is unfortunately no sound. So here is the device vibrating and also giving a signal through sound.
We can show it later.
Yeah, it's best, I think. So what is our device doing? It's informing the vehicle or the operator about nearby workers. How it's done, basically it's just a scanner placed inside the operating machine. All the workers on site are wearing a wearable device that can be detected by the scanner. The workers are divided into authorized and unauthorized workers. And when an unauthorized worker enters the hazard zone or the zone around the vehicle, an operator is informed by haptic and audio notifications. And lastly, the driver must accept that the workers has been spotted before proceeding to work. Just a quick note, each wearable has its own ID, and the user has the possibility to adjust which workers are authorized or not authorized each day or each task. So what are our features? The device logs important data that can be collected by the user. The data consists of the distance of the wearable to the operating machine, the time, and the date. In case of a near accident or an accident, the data can be collected directly from the module. And if the data is not collected, it overwrites itself. So we don't need to collect data that we don't need. And then lastly, the product maintains at least 16 hours with a power bank of 10,000 milliampere hour. Our solution will be packaged within a leasing agreement with a starting fee of 36,000 Swedish crowns. This fee is independent of how many units you buy, although it comes with a monthly fee of 998 crowns, and this is per unit. We will provide both maintenance and support included in these prices. Although we won't strive to give our customers the highest amount of value, we will give them regular updates, software updates, and also we have formed the system so it will be as self-going as it could. Although it will over time need some kind of maintenance, for example, battery changes. And also, as we all know, working sites is a very rough environment, and the things will probably go, be damaged. And in our agreement, we will just change these parts and give you new if anything is damaged. That is your biggest benefit within our agreement.
Yeah. So why would you choose our products over, let's say, other competitors that we showed? So the biggest selling point of this product is that it only contains the actual needed features for the specific problem that we have. So in this case, our motto is less is more. So you're not paying for, say, all the functions that a smartwatch will include if you were using a smartwatch instead of our product. So you don't need to know your heartbeat in this case. Yeah. The solution is modular and can be placed anywhere. So depending on your task, you might be wearing different outfits for different circumstances, and our product allows you to place it wherever it suits you. We are not only selling the product, but we are also selling the full service via the leasing contract, as Fredrik talked about before. And also the data collection is logged on the device. So when you need it, it's available to you, but it's not stored without any reason. That's it for us. Thank you for listening.
Hello, and welcome to this presentation. In today's presentation, my teammates Omar, Simon, Kevin, Aja, and I, Benjamin, are going to present you our product and our project, the Volvo Smart Helmet. So in order to fully cover the subject, we are going to deal with all the following points. So first, we are going to speak about the problems, what problems emerge from the need finding. Then we are going to deal with a current solution that already exists. And then we are going to speak and explain our solution.
So the problems we have identified involves low productivity, dusty and noisy environment, but also heart-related illnesses. The study by McKinsey Global Institute revealed that low productivity in the construction industry cost the global economy $1.6 trillion annually. And the diagram to the right presents the productivity level in Sweden for all industries compared to construction industry. Productivity is measured by dividing value added by the number of hours worked. And in this specific case, the source economy factor have divided the added value in sense of money by the number of hours worked. And the important part is that we see that the productivity in the construction industry is declining since 2006. Institution of Occupational Safety and Health revealed that over 500 construction workers die annually because of the silica dust in Great Britain. But we also know that there are more types of dust in the air at construction sites. And these small particles is hard to see, but inhaling them in the long run can lead to illnesses such as lung cancer, asthma, COPD, but even also heart disease. The table to the right is made by the Workers' Compensation Board of British Columbia, and it presents the different noise levels generated by the different equipment used at the construction sites. The noise level threshold is 85 decibels for 8-hour shift, but
they found that workers were exposed to noise levels exceeding this threshold for over 100 minutes without any protection. And the reasons can vary from the hearing protection being uncomfortable to simply because the workers not being aware of the sound level in their environment. Heart-related illnesses is a leading cause of death in the US, and the study found that 10% of the construction workers had a mean heart rate exceeding the recommended threshold. And these workers are more prone to cardiovascular injury because of the physical workload and the job pressure they have to face in their occupation.
So as you now have heard the problem from Kevin, what's actually has been done by the company? So what is being done to increase productivity and safety? There's two ways, by methods or tools. Some of the methods that the company using right now is to just hiring basically experienced workers, which lead to less chance of injury and problems, or just train new employees with training programs and all the safety protocols and how they should behave. There's also some tools that some construction company use, like prefabrication, where they bring every part to the side and they just assemble it, which will also decrease the chance of damaging or problems. We have also the database planning and phone apps where they can just predict the data from the old data historical, and they can predict any problems that can occur.
Our solution, as Kevin mentioned before, there's a lot of health issues that can take place in a work site. So our aim of our solution is to adapt the technology to the helmet to enhance safety on construction site and also to enhance productivity. So our smart helmet included two separate functions, the system and the product. The product is basically the helmet by itself and the sensors that are adapted to it. And the system is including the database storage and the support. In the service, the company will have the opportunity to store their database information throws into a cloud, online cloud, where the worker who have access to this cloud can use it as a backup during his work. Like if the worker have any troubles or problem during doing his job, so he can just ask the helmet, and the AI will go through the database and provide the information that needed to the worker. But if the AI didn't find the relevant information to answer him, so it will direct the worker to someone who have experience or to expert person in the field. And we have customer support and user training also to make sure that the worker or the users will use it in a professional way.
Yep. So now that we know a bit about the background, we'll move into what is actually being used by the user. That's the helmet. The helmet is equipped with sensors that can be used to monitor both the worker and the surrounding area. This includes a heart rate monitor, as well as noise and dust
sensors. And with this, you'll be able to provide both a warning to the user about the dangers of the surrounding that they can't see with their eyes, and also remind them to use appropriate protection gear. There's also an integrated heads-up display where this information will be presented when necessary. This is also where the AI would display the information that is stored in the database. So things like blueprints or the schedules for specific tasks. It's also equipped with a camera, both for documentation, but also to enhance assistance from off-site experts. And lastly, there's Bluetooth to give you the ability to connect it to your ear protection for audio feedback as well. The benefits that would come for this would be an overall better health for the workers. Would have workers that have a better understanding of what they're doing, which would also lead to less stress, better health, safer work environment, and also higher productivity if things are done right the first way. We would also see the time saved from not having to go around searching for information. Simulation was done on this with mostly fictional numbers, where the one work site using the smart helmet had a slightly reduced time spent searching for information. And well, the difference between these was a 40% in hours actively worked.
Okay, so now, as you saw, I'm wearing the device, and you will have the chance to see what I'm currently saying also. So on the left, we can see my heartbeat. So I have a quite high one because I'm quite stressed now, but when we tested, it was normal. In the middle, we have the sound. So if something is falling or if I hit this one, we will have a display when it's over 85 decibels. And on the right, we have the dust sensor, and it's all about particles. So if I'm moving right now, we can have it dusty or very dusty. And we have then the AI. So I will ask a random question close to this one. What tools do I need in order to install a window? So it will take some time to process, to answer, and then I will have my answer. I can read it on my display, and then you have everything there. And we can also display some blueprints, for example. So show me the blueprint. And then we have the blueprints on the database. And for the demonstration, it's everything, but short.
So when it comes to revenue streams, we don't have only the revenue stream from only selling the helmet. We have others as technical support. If there are any problems at the core at the construction site, you can just call us. Training programs for the workers if they want to learn more about the smart helmet, how they can use it, and subscription fee for the cloud rental and for the AI chat. And lastly, we have the investors. So the estimated cost for one helmet for the customer will be one payment, which is for the helmet, the hardware, 7,650 crowns. And that's, as I said, for the sensors, control board, helmet, smart glasses. We have also a monthly payment for the AI and the cloud storage. And you can see here in the table, if you buy 10 helmets, you will still pay for only one payment, as we fit it in, like every 10 helmet need only one subscription fee. That is the reason for mainly to have an storage and size for the cloud and for the AI not to crash. And also to encourage the company to buy more of the helmets. For instance, if a company wants 15 helmets, but they still pay the same amount of subscription if they bought 20 helmets. So for 100 helmets, you will pay 5,000 crowns.
Okay, so why do you need to choose us rather than other companies? Well, as we explained in the previous slide, we have a less expensive product over the long term, as we buy it the first time, and then we have a subscription that is quite low. And then these products also enhance safety and increase productivity thanks to all the features that we mentioned. It prevents bad air quality and earth attack thanks to the sensors. It has an AI assistant guidance, as we saw during the live demonstration. And we have an head-up display thanks to the glass that I'm currently wearing. So thanks for you listening. And we hope that you'll learn more about our products. And feel free to ask any questions.